Hey, Cornbread review off the bat, bro. You might not like my review then, man. Yeah, so all in all, man, I ended up coming up 2.5 out of 5. Two of them things.
Yo.
5 out of 5 cornbreads for the cornbread review. What you think?
Yo, welcome back, Cornbread Movie Review family. We are back with another episode, man. Come on, man. I know y'all been missing me because I've been missing y'all. But I'm always going to be back every week. So make sure that before we get into all the movie stuff, make sure you like, subscribe. Right below is a subscription box. Hit the bell, turn notifications on. Make sure when you turn the notification bell on, turn on all, so you get everything I'm getting, TV shows and movies. So we are back with another episode today. I appreciate all the support. Make sure that you subscribe and send this video out to somebody, man. Just one person. That's all I ask. Send it to one person. Make sure that they subscribe. But let's get into it. Today, we are here with another movie review, and we're talking about Black Widow. Yes, Black Widow just came out. I know we're going to get into the small things of it being PG-13, which is we're going to talk about it. Don't worry about it. It's in theaters now. It's on Disney Plus as well. You can purchase it. And the movie's about 2 hours and 12 minutes. So if this is the first time you've seen me on a Cornbread movie review, I cover each movie in 5 categories. First category, acting, cinematography, storytelling. Did I get what I bought? Meaning, is it worth the buy? And then is it a must-see? Some things might be $50, but I don't know why it's $50, or something might be free, and you like, man, I would have paid for that. So we're going to get into all the nitty-gritty. So first category is acting. Who's in this movie? Scarlett Johansson. I understand. Yeah, she's eye candy. She is bad. She's been in a lot of Marvel movies as well. I think from, the second or third Tony Stark? That's when you've seen her Iron Man. That's when she started picking up steam and being in all the Marvel movies. So she's very consistent in this. She can be serious. I think she tackles those roles okay, the serious ones. Even she had a couple jokes in there. So Marvel always brings the jokes. So I really enjoy that. But her counterpart, man, Florence Pugh, she's a beast, man. Like I said, I think hopefully she'll win an award for her being the backup or the co-star in this, but supporting actor. But she's a beast, man. Especially, it's a couple movies that she knocks out, and those might be in my forgotten segment. I'll give y'all her certain movies where she was a lead role, but I think she did a great job, great addition to the Marvel series, just being a backup. I don't think her being a Marvel character is fitting, but great role as this. She can handle the serious roles, so she stepped it up a little bit on the acting for us. One thing, as movie directors, I understand sex sells, man. I get it. If you're looking at some beautiful women, you want to get them from head to toe, man. But it was kind of off-putting, man. You have to stop zooming in on girls' butts when they walking away or having slow-mo walk-away scenes and stuff like that. Come on, man. I understand sex sells, but come on, we over the top with that, man. It's a superhero movie. Do superhero shit, right? You ain't got to zoom in all the time. But overall, acting as a team, even with Scarlett Johansson, I give it a 3.5. For Marvel, they tackled a lot of serious issues that we'll get into, and I enjoyed that. But the let alone standalone scenes, this is more of an action movie than more of a great acting role. So 3.5 out of 5 for acting for me. Next category, cinematography. As I stated earlier, this movie's 2 hours and 12 minutes, so you know how I like my over 2 hour movies. They spent $200 million on the budget on this, man. Just give me a $500,000, something, dog. Give me something. But $200 million, so the cinematography was going to probably be A to A1, so we're going to get into that. They did a lot of location hopping. It made sense for most of the movie, but it was just a lot of hopping, man. And I wonder if they really went to those places. So the movie starts off in Ohio in 1995. Then they go to Cuba, Morocco, Norway, Budapest, Russia. And they didn't say Atlanta, but half of those was filmed in Atlanta, man. So I give y'all points for being in certain locations, but if y'all not really there and saying it's there, I have to knock off points, and I really don't like that, right? You do get the superhero movie feel. This is what I enjoy, right? This is what I'm watching. I know I knocked Fast and Furious because that's not a superhero movie, man. But this is the hand-to-hand combat and choreography of, I know that takes time. Even the athletic ability and being in shape, I enjoyed that, man. So good job. Kudos to y'all with a lot of hand-to-hand combat. This movie wasn't over the top. A couple scenes were, I understand it's a superhero movie, but you guys are realistic on a certain things. Like they'll get a rocket blown at them or their car will flip and then they're injured from that, right? So that makes sense. Certain scenes, a little shaky on the cinematography of running through fire and jumping out of I don't want to tell the movie all, but a couple scenes, they went over the top, but once again, it is a superhero movie. So cinematography overall, it gets a 4 out of 5 for cinematography. This movie, it felt complete. I didn't leave in asking questions on the movie specifically. Maybe the universe of the Marvel franchise, but this movie specifically, I didn't have too many questions. So it felt complete. So good job on that. So I got 4 out of 5 cinematography. Next one, storytelling. So I don't know if Black Widow. Don't kill me. I know the comic heads out there. I'm sorry. Do not kill me. I don't know if this movie followed the Black Widow comic book. I don't know. So I went in there with a blank slate. Whatever you show me, I'm going to assume that's Black Widow's story. Okay. So don't kill me on that. I think they did a good job of telling her story, especially her family story and the Red Room, which is like where they keep these kidnapped young girls, and we'll talk about that. So I really enjoyed that. This movie takes place right after. So if you don't know, this movie takes place right after when Black Widow lets Winter Soldier and Captain America go in the movie Civil War. When they're trying to go see the super soldiers and she starts stunning Black Panther right when they're at the airplane hangar. If you've seen Civil War, you know exactly the scene that I'm talking about. So this movie takes place right after that. So that's the time jump that they go back to for Black Widow to tell her story. So I think they did a solid job in telling a story. This is family problems times 100, man. You got spies, you got sex trafficking, what we'll get into. You got people trying to live the glory days. You got death. You got things like that. So I enjoyed the storytelling in this. It's a solid movie. And I really enjoy the underlying sex trafficking part of this. It's not, they didn't call it sex trafficking. They called it, like I said, the Red Room, where they take orphan females or kidnap girls or girls who are not wanted, and then they make them to these soldiers. And then they're beasts, they're assassins, right? But they're against their own will and they have them hypnotized, right? So I looked at it as sex trafficking is a big deal and needs to be talked about. So I know they didn't put their, this is what this is, but the underlying tones of it and is sex trafficking. So without sex, or I don't know, they didn't say sex in this movie, but I really enjoyed that. But overall, we've had plenty of great storylines throughout my Cornbread movie review career, man. So to this is a 3.5 out of 5 for me for storytelling. Did I get what I bought? Once again, this movie's in theaters, which a ticket's probably anywhere between $10 to $13, $14 for you guys out there. It's also on Disney Plus. You can rent it so that you don't have to leave your room, but it's for $29.99, man. So only way I would say spend the $29.99 is if you have like a family gathering of over, let's say 2 or 3, or about 3 plus. I would say rent it, because now, so many people can watch this movie, and I think you just rent it for 24 to 48 hours. But if it's just you, or maybe you're trying to go on a date, I would say go to the movies. There's still nobody at the movie theater, so $13 a pop, or $10 to $13 a pop, I would say spend that, man. So did I get what I bought? I would say you could take your kids to this because there's no sex scenes. It's not really blood. It's a lot of action, superheroes. Kids love that. But it's a lot of unnecessary curse scenes, man. Come on, man. Like, I think they tried to make it PG-13. So they was like, all right, we can't do none of that. What can we do? All right, let's just curse every other line. It was unnecessary curse words. So that was a problem. That became a problem to me. Even in the jokes that had to curse. So that became a problem. Marvel does a great job in their villains. First off, they have some wonderful villains, and they have a great job of finding these plot holes that they deal with. And then, like, they're like, all right, well, we can't explain this to the avid watchers and listeners, so let's just make a movie and explain it all. So they're writers. Kudos to you guys, man. They do a great job in finding those things. The villain, I don't want to give it away. So the villain's a beast, but at the end, they become not a beast. I don't understand it. Like, they didn't keep the same energy from start to finish. At the first 60%, 75% of this movie, this villain is a monster. Then the end, it kind of tapered off. Like, come on, man. Like, keep that same energy for the villain. Everybody loves villains, right? Also, one thing we got to talk about, Black Widow is not a super soldier, bro. So I think she's overpowered. Like, she has no superpowers, but she's keeping up with these super soldiers, man. So we gotta come on, Marvel. I hear you. We need some powerful females, but make them super soldiers then, right? So, but did I get what I bought? It's a Marvel movie. Come on, man. So I give it 4 out of 5 if I got what I bought. Last category, is it a must see? You can tell by how I'm talking about it. It's something to talk about, right? Great job in the plot holes. Like I said, once again, there is an end credit scene, so stick there, stay there. If they didn't have an end credit scene, I would have docked this movie a lot of points, bro, because that's disrespectful to all Marvel movies, right? So if you go to the movies, stay. There is an end credit scene. If you watch it at home, just fast forward, and then there is an end credit scene. It's about a minute, 2 minutes, so it's pretty relevant. If you've seen all the Marvel movies like I have, I would say definitely go watch this, especially all the TV shows too. They're intertwined in those TV shows with the movies and movies with the TV shows. So is it a must see? Come on, man. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 from me. Overall, it barely made it. Barely made it. This movie gets a 4 out of 5 Cornbread movie review from me. Go ahead and check out my years. I'm having a busy year. I told y'all once a week I'm dropping episodes for y'all. So 4 out of 5 from me. Go check out my 2021 movie reviews so far. And I'm never going to leave y'all because this is that segment where this is the forgotten movie segment. This is part of the segment. I know I just said that, but this is the part where I'm going to tell y'all a movie that you need to stop what you're doing and go watch. Maybe you forgot about this movie. Maybe you never heard of this movie, or you've seen it and you need to watch it again. You know, so this is for all the classics. I'm hitting y'all with bangers, man. So let me know what y'all think about my forgotten segment too. I don't get too much feedback about that, you know. So let me know what you think about it. But today we're here to talk about Molly's Game. Yes, Molly's Game. This movie came out in 2017. It's based off a true story too. I'm a gambler, so this movie was in my wheelhouse, man. I love gambling. I love the suspense about it, and even based off of what the problem is when they do gamble and things like that. So who's in this movie? Jessica Chastain, man. She's a beast in this movie. I don't know if she won an award, but if not, she should have won one. And then also Idris Elba. He's in this as well, so he knocks it out the park. He's not the main character. He's not really he's part of it, but he picks his movie parts in this movie. But Jessica Chastain killed this movie. So make sure you go check it out. Molly's Game. Make sure you like and subscribe again. I love y'all. And I'm going to be back next week with another episode. I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.